I'm back, guys! I'm back! I bet a lot of you didn't even notice I was gone, but I was gone for 1 week. I took 1 week off and I took a break and I'm back now. I hope you guys had a good holiday season and I hope you guys are mentally prepared for today's video. I really hope you are, because today's video is about this not folded blanket here that I thrifted yesterday. I went to the thrift store and I just connected with this blanket. Really connected with her. She's very well loved, and a lot of people probably skipped past her and didn't see any potential, but I saw a lot of potential in her for a really nice sweater. She was $4.50 and I'm hoping to make this with her. Hope. That's my plan. It's not that big, so unfortunately I can't do like the whole sweater with her, but like the photo here, I'm gonna do the body portion and then we're gonna do some arms with some, yarn that's kind of close. So let's get started with this thrift flip. So first step with this blanket is we need to take her apart a little bit. We need to divide her into the front panel and the back panel. So the nice thing about granny square is that they're all individually made and then they're just attached together. So we can take them apart pretty easily to kind of make our pieces. By the looks of it, it looks like it's gonna be an exact square, the front panel and the back panel, 4x4. So before we get too far in the, blanket, sweater, crochet making, I don't know what we're calling this video, we do have a sponsor for today's video, and they are Book of the Month. If you haven't heard of Book of the Month, they are this amazing online service for all you readers out there. Their mission is to find new emerging authors and share these amazing books with you guys. So how it works, every single month their team curates a whole list of new books, even early release books that you guys can choose from. You choose 1, 2, 3, or how many you want each month, and they ship them right to you. Every single month, their team curates these books from hundreds of books, so you guys don't have to do any research and have amazing books every single month to read. If you know you're not gonna be able to read very much any given month, you can also skip and you won't be charged. I have a few books here to read this month, but the first one I'm gonna read is The Maid because it's a murder mystery, and I just love murder mysteries. If you guys want to try out Book of the Month, check out their picks at bookofthemonth.com and you guys will get your first book for $9.99 if you use the coupon code Let's Go at checkout. Thank you so much to Book of the Month, but now let's get back to the blanket, whatever we're making. Well, now that I have this, on a roll, I'm just gonna unwind it all the way around the 4x4. You guys know what I mean by 4x4, like 4x4. The whole time I was unraveling this crochet blanket, I was just thinking that the yarn looked like ramen noodles, and ramen is my favorite. It's my favorite meal in the whole world. Bam, bam, turkey chicken, we got some leftovers. And now that I know I have like a decent amount of leftovers, like originally I was thinking I would just have like a little bit of leftovers so it wasn't gonna be enough for the sleeves, so I was like, I'll just save the extras and make something else out of it. But now there's a decent amount here, so now it's got my brain thinking, do I want to include more granny squares in the sleeves to make less work for me? Less work. Not as much crochet, just easy peasy, just put this together and rework it to make a sweater. I'm thinking I'm leaning towards that. Got my iPad, got another sketch done. I'm thinking this. I don't know if it's like great or how it's really gonna look, because obviously it looks good on the sketch, but this is not actually proportioned to these necessarily. We're gonna try it, Sleeve, sleeve. I don't know what sleeve is in French. Hey Google, what is sleeve in French?
In French, that's manche.
Manche? Really? Hey Google, what's sleeve in French?
Marche vraiment. Et Google, c'est quoi la manche en français?
Now that we have our 2 bottom sleeve portions, I need to make a little triangle piece in here because obviously your wrist is smaller than your arm up here, so it's not perfect, the fitting of this, so I'm just gonna make a little triangle here to make it fit better with my yarn here. So for all you curious cats out there, this is how you make a very tiny pizza slice with crochet. So I started off with 8 chain stitches, 9, and then I did 8 double crochets, 3 rows, and then I decreased every 3rd row until I got this shape. I don't think that really helped at all, but this is the shapes I got. So now that I got my 2 skinny pizzas here, I'm gonna attach them to my 2 bottom sleeves here. I'm gonna attach them here and see if it's gonna work. I don't know, I just had this idea in my head. Moment of truth. Please, please fit, please fit. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's a perfect. It's a perfect. It's a perfect. I got a perfect sleeve over here. Benson, come look at my sleeve. You like it? Benson didn't really care, but I got a perfect sleeve here. Like, look at this. This actually looks pretty dang good. Like, I am actually so impressed. And now I'm like thinking, should I have done like more? Maybe. I don't know, the laziness of me is just trying to take over and be like, just do the whole thing in granny squares, because then you don't have to crochet or do anything. But I don't know, it might look better with some blue here in the middle. I'm not really sure. Okay, friends, I'm gonna show you guys quickly, very quickly, because I don't think many people actually care about this, but how I, did this. Yeah. Step. I'm gonna explain this in speed racer mode. So first step, you wanna do some stitches all the way down the bottom of the arm, all the way up till you get to the small pizza slice. And once you get to the small pizza slice, then you wanna start attaching to the pizza slice and not the other side of the arm. So you're only connecting to one side, you wanna do right sides together. And then once you finish attaching to one pizza slice, you cut off, do a knot, and then you go into the other side and finish the other side of the pizza slice, go all the way down and then connect them. And then Bob's your uncle, this is what it should look like on both. Honest question, guys. When do you guys take down your Christmas tree? Because technically it's January. It's January 4th now, and I still got mine up. Is it not great to have it up in January, or is that normal? Do people take it up the day after Christmas? I don't know. Usually I keep it up for a while because I'm lazy and it just takes me a while before I actually... I'm gonna finish these sleeves off. I'm gonna just go round and round and round and round and make it a little bit bigger because, again, this is bigger than this. I think I'm just gonna do a tube. I'm not gonna get fancy and actually do like a, traditional sleeve where, it doesn't look like a tube. I'm just gonna do easy peasy lemon squeezy tube, pop it on, and we should be good to go. So for this sleeve majigger, this sleeve, we're calling it a sleeve, it's a sleeve. I'm just kind of winging it. I don't have like any pattern I'm following. I am just keep going until I get it up, pretty high on my arm here and it fits. And then I'm just gonna repeat that for the other arm. But again, I just love winging things. I don't like following patterns because it, takes a lot of mental work to like follow them, so I just wing it. And sometimes, yes, it does not work out. Sometimes, I end up with not great projects, but sometimes they turn out perfect and I just saved myself a lot of time. I was sitting there, and why are all your toys here? Got so many toys on the couch. So I finished both my sleeves here, and I realized after I finished it, I was like, I didn't really explain how to do these. I'm not really sure if anybody at home is gonna be making a blanket into a sweater, but if you are and you're doing the exact same way I am because you found the exact same sweater or blanket at the thrift store, possible. This portion, all I did was a double crochet around and around and around and around and around. But then, when you get to the end here, instead of just like continuing on and getting kind of like a spiral look, you do 2 chain slips, chain, 2 chain stitches upwards, and then you continue on the next row. So that's how you build it upwards. Or you could do it flat and then attach it together, really whatever floats your boat, but it's just double crochet in a circle. It snowed last night. So now we're at the part of the video where we're gonna try to put this together, this sweater. And now that I kind of lay it out and I'm looking at it low key, it might be a little ugly. I'm not really sure until it's pretty much done and it's on my body that I'm gonna know if it's ugly or not. So for the head portion, the top, the shoulder, you know, that whole deal, I was just doing a single crochet, attaching them both together, and then where I wanted my head to go through, I stopped and left a hole there. That's what I did. And then I tried it on right away to make sure the hole was big enough for my head, because I did make it a little small and it was snug, but I got her on there, and that's when I realized it looked like a poncho and not like a good poncho. I guess my head fit through the hole, so that's good, but without the arms, it looks not great so far. So as you all saw, she's not looking the best right now. She's not looking great. So to try to save her, I decided I wanted to take off one row in the front. So the bottom row, the crochet, those squares, took them off, threw them, not away. I'm using them. And then I decided I wanted to pin the arms on just because I wanted to just see what this would look like. You know, I was a little worried at this stage. So I threw on her mani, I pinned them on, and surprisingly, she started to look a lot better. A lot better. I know she's looking a little, you know, boxy right now, but you gotta admit, she looks pretty good. She looks pretty good so far, even though she is very boxy. So I kind of saved her. I'm gonna give myself a pat in the back. She's starting to look better, and also just having the arms on there, she started to look a lot better. So decided I wanted to sew her up, so I grabbed my hook and I did the same thing I was doing before with, you know, every single step. I'm just doing a single crochet, attaching everything together, put the arms on there, and then we're on the final step, the collar. And for the collar, this one, again, I was not like very excited about this because it wasn't looking the greatest, but pretty much I just did a double crochet around and around and around and around and around, like I did for the, you know, the arm, the tube, to make the collar. To be honest, I have no idea if this collar's gonna look good. I don't know, because it's so flat and boxy at the top here, because there's no shape for the neck. I'm just like having a feeling that this is not gonna look great, the collar, but I really wanted a collar on it just because it looks so good in my sketch. So I just gotta try it out. Okay friends, it's now down to my least favorite part of any sewing, no, crochet or knitting project. Getting rid of all of these ends here and tucking them in, it's so tedious because you just have to take this little itty bitty needle, thread it, and then, you know, weave it in there and touch everything up. It's just... So I lied. The final step was not the collar. The final step is technically shaving the sweater down because she's pretty used. Yeah, I guess that's the word. So I did this with my scissors. I tried it with my razor, but it didn't really help. It just made more of a mess than helpful, but eventually it worked. So after 45 minutes of trying to get all of the, you know, fuzz off here, I did a decent job. Obviously it's not perfect, and I don't think it ever will be perfect because this is a very well-loved blanket sweater now. We just gotta let her be a little crazy and, you know, just really just show the character in there. If I wanted a brand new one, I should have just made a brand new one, but I made this from a blanket. So she is done now, so I'm gonna put her on for you guys, and hopefully she looks okay. She looks okay. I think she'd be fine just over what I'm wearing right now. I don't think I need to take this top off, so let's see how she looks. Ta-da! She looks amazing. She looks incredible, this sweater. Look at her. I was not expecting her to turn out this well. I was low-key a little bit nervous, like I mentioned halfway through, where I was thinking I was wasting my time and I would have just wasted this whole blanket and ruined it, and then I would have felt really guilty, but I didn't. I knocked it out of the park. Just way out there. She's great. Usually by the end of a thrift flip, I know I'm like, okay, there's like things I can improve on for next time. Sir, can you not do that while I'm talking? But this thrift flip, no changes out of the park. Actually, maybe one change only. I could make the sleeve a little bit longer. I could take off 2 of these, you know, but I kind of like the long sleeve look, you know, just having them super long and then you just ruffle them up a bit. I don't know, like that I could just take off easy peasy lemon squeezy, Bob's your uncle. Easy to go. Well guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me turning a blanket into this designer inspired sweater. It definitely was inspired by Meow. I don't know what that's, I don't think that's right. But this jacket from Meow. I think I'm just embarrassing myself. You know, the one I've been talking about, this designer, and it's just incredible. And as soon as I saw this blanket in the thrift store, I immediately thought of this jacket, and then I immediately thought I should change it into a sweater. So that's where my inspo came from for this sweater. But this is it. This is the end of the video. So I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, breakfast, dinner, whatever you're doing right now. And I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye.